Navigation UX. What's navigation for? Navigation UX. If your navigation sucks, it won't matter how good the rest of the UX is. No one's ever going to know. Conversely, great navigation UX rarely gets noticed, and that's how it's supposed to be. What's navigation really for? Well, it's there to signify where data is and how you get to that data, and to organize that data. In essence, the UX job for navigation is to enable your application or website to present data that can be intuitively accessed by your users. What are the objectives of navigation? As with all things for UX, there are two sets of objectives to satisfy with great navigation: the user's expectations and the business's expectations. Users want to be able to do stuff, and they don't want navigation to interfere with that. They want to find information easily, to be given information that they might not know exists, to know where they are and where they may go, to know what their options are on any given screen, to understand the content and the features, etc. that you offer, and to get on with what they came for. Of course, your users may want more or less than that list from navigation. You'll actually need to talk to them to find out exactly what they want. Business expectations. Businesses generally want to achieve specific objectives, and for the navigation to make that as easy as possible. Examples of business objectives might be to sell products whilst offering upsell and accessory alternatives, to make paying for products as easy and painless as possible, or to make some things hard to find, perhaps the unsubscribe link for your marketing. And again, to understand the business needs, you need to evaluate this with the project team and sponsor. Types of navigation. There are many types of navigation option you can use. What works best will be up to the user and business objectives. You can often combine types of navigation to deliver additional experience. Breadcrumbs. These features let someone know where they are within the hierarchy of the page structure. You see them on places like Amazon.com in the form of home to department to category to product. They let users make quick decisions about where they want to be. There's also the call to action. These are usually features to highlight the action the business wants the user to take. They take the form of buy it now, or go to checkout, or add to basket. Most call to action items will be buttons rather than links. Categories. If the user is in a subcategory or product page, it can be handy to identify the category clearly and allow the user to quickly broaden their product searches. Contextual. This offers the chance to move to other information in the same context as that being displayed at the moment. It's quite often used to upsell or promote alternatives, but relevant content. Then there are footers. They're partly for SEO, but have you noticed that many sites now include a navigation hierarchy in the footer of the page? It's another way of making it easy for users to find their way around. Global navigation is usually the navigation items that are displayed on every page. It's often the navigation bar at the top of the screen. It offers that big headline category for people to work with. In-page navigation is often subtle and there to meet user expectations. Have a picture of a product you want to sell. Make that picture clickable to visit in-depth information. That's in-page navigation. Promotional. Banner ads, box ads, etc. If you want to promote something to your users, bring it out as a separate navigation feature. Site tool. Site tools are things like login or help or register. They may be needed at any time by anyone on the site, so make them easy to get to. Sub-navigation is usually the categories that fall directly under the global navigation categories. They need to be easy to find if they're not always visible. Tabs can make it particularly easy to give design a consistent feel. However, there's a growing consensus that users can easily miss tabs unless you take great care to call them to their attention. Use them sparingly. And Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist navigation draws attention to what is popular or in the Zeitgeist. Our best-selling products this month would be an example of this kind of navigation. Tips for designing great navigation. A lot of navigation depends on your user and business expectations. But you can apply some of these tips to maximize the success of navigation UX efforts. User research. Find out through research how your users would like to approach navigating through your website. What patterns do they already expect? Competitor research. What are the industry conventions for labeling? What works really well? You don't need to reinvent the wheel for navigation in most cases. Keep things exclusive, and that just means keep your labels specific. Try to avoid user confusion by using a label that might lead to a user looking in the wrong part of your site or application for the data they need. Develop a sitemap. The sitemap is a good way to represent your overall information architecture. You can then ask yourself, does the navigation make it easy to reach data that needs to be reached on your sitemap? Make things easy to recognize. Links should always be clickable and obviously so, for example. And then ask these questions about your navigation and change things if you can't say yes to any of them. Is it immediately obvious where you are? Is it completely clear how to go elsewhere or to move forward? Is it easy to find the most important information? Is it obvious what is a navigation item? And is it 100% simple to get back to the home page? Summary and end of unit question. Navigation UX is critical to the success of all UX projects. It may be a thankless task, but without good navigation, all your other UX efforts are wasted. Pay attention to the details and get user and business input to develop successful navigation. Multiple choice question. Which of these is not a type of navigation? Breadcrumb, Zeitgeist, Compass. And that's the end of this unit. Thank you very much. See you next time.